Do you think we can steal Marte for at least a 1-year deal? I'll tell you what. Starling Marte has done everything and then some so far. The catches, the offense, the swiping of bags, the just swag factor in general. Like he looks confident. He brings confidence without even doing anything, and he does stuff. But my point is his presence alone brings something to the table. Nonetheless, everything else he's doing. Now, let's also look back on how important the acquisition was. You didn't know at that time you were going to lose Ramon Laureano for the rest of the season. You weren't going to have a center fielder necessarily. I mean, Canna played there last year admirably. But now, Starling Marte, you have a Gold Glove center fielder. You have a 2-hitter in your lineup. You have a guy that is getting on base at an outstanding clip, hitting above 300, which he's continued this year. And I think what's most amazing about Starling Marte, to be very honest and blunt, and he's a professional, right? Been in the league for, basically a decade, but he's never played in the American League before this, which I get it. You're like, well, yeah, but he's played interleague, so that counts. It's not that big a deal, but going from one coast to another, going from one league to another, and continuing what he was doing with the Marlins this season, I know going back the day you realized it's going to be Luzardo for Marte, that was a lot back then, and it still is. But Starling Marte has done, like I said before, everything and then some. And to your point, Ruben, you bring up the great question here, which I'm sorry I've danced around a little bit. Let me get to it. I think it's going to be tough. I mean, he is almost playing his way into a huge next contract somewhere. And I don't know if the A's are in the position to do that here and now. And it's almost like if he had played pedestrian up to this point, giving you enough. Okay, that was a good trade. The problem is it's been a great trade because of how he's played, how he's sparked this team. Almost to the point where he's playing his way out of the possibility of something happening in Oakland next year. And I don't fault him one bit. I didn't really want to bring this up ever on TV, but you look at him right now, and of course he knows he's a free agent this offseason. He is playing for that next contract. It's not like he would not put forth a great effort in 2 seasons prior. That's not the case. It's just that anybody who works under a contract knows that you really want to seal the deal when it's the final year of your term. So, Ruben, I am hopeful. I know you're asking because you're hopeful too. I am. I think he's a perfect fit. I mean, literally, with Laureano on this team as a right fielder, like what a luxury of riches that is. If you could have Marte in center and Laureano in right, and I certainly hope Mark Canna in left field. But then again, you're talking about next year, you've got to re-sign a guy like Mark Canna. He also will be a free agent. So there's a lot to it. I'm trying not to rule it out. We knew what this was. This was a rental to begin with. The problem is it's been such a good rental, you want to rent to own. I understand it. Starling Marte has been phenomenal. Honestly, I'll conclude it with this. Best deadline pickup by the A's in the last 20 years? Probably.